Okay. Welcome. And I am very excited to share this how to lose weight without, okay, how to lose weight after 40 without counting calories. I'm I'm very excited to share this, and I'll take all the questions after I'm done with this presentation, and we are going to have a good time doing this. So I've helped 150 plus women over 40 lose weight without counting calories, without counting a single calorie. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through the 5 mistakes that you are probably making right now and the 5 simple steps that you can implement today to lose weight by eating more, not less. So that is the exciting part. Okay, so 5 common mistakes that you're probably making right now. Eating too little for too long. So what I mean by that is that so many of the diets that we are on, that we go on in order to lose weight, they're designed for this temporary fix. It's not a long-lasting solution. It's designed to get you to lose weight very quickly, but as you probably already know, once you're done with that diet, the weight comes back on. Has that ever happened to you? Have you gone on a diet, lost the weight, gone off the diet, gained the weight back? For many people, that happens all the time. And so what's happening is we go on these restrictive diets. Maybe we're on a 1,200 calorie diet, 1,200 calories a day, or maybe it's even less than that. And so you're restricting for a really long time. Well, what does that do to your body? It sends a signal to your body that you're in a maybe a state that doesn't have enough food. You're in a deprived state. You're in this, you're kind of putting yourself into this deprivation state. So there's not enough calories around, is what your body is thinking. And so the automatic response from your body is going to be to hold on to every calorie that you get. And so what we want to do is actually provide more nourishment for our bodies. We want to provide the foods and the nourishment that our bodies need so that our body doesn't feel like it needs to hold on to every single nutrient. Okay, number 2 mistake that people make all the time is focusing on calories instead of nutrients. So all they're doing is looking at the package, counting up the calories, but that's not the big picture. 1,200 or 1,500 or 2,000 calories of sugar or chips or candy is going to look a lot different than 2,000 calories of carrots or salad or chicken. Your body is going to process them completely different. So it's not just about the number of calories. And like we said before, eating too little calories is going to slow your metabolism down and cause your body to just hold on to every calorie. And too many of the wrong calories is going to lead to gaining weight. So counting calories is not the way to go, whether it's the number of calories or just focusing on calories. We need to focus on a whole lot more things than that. Number 3 mistake is ignoring inflammation. So we go on these diets, we have been eating packaged foods, processed foods, non-whole foods for so long, our whole lives. We live in a kind of a stressful society. I mean, this kind of part of our culture is go, go, go. We don't get enough sleep. We don't get enough movement. All of the things that I just mentioned create more inflammation. So if we're very stressed, if we are, on certain medications, if we are not moving enough, if we're eating very processed foods or inflammatory oils, then we're dealing with inflammation. And things like Weight Watchers, Optavia, even like keto diets, they're not addressing inflammation. And so you might be trying to lose weight, but you're focusing on calories or focusing on the number of calories or not focusing on inflammation. And so you're not going to have results. Number 4 is overdoing cardio, underdoing strength training. So the cardio, it's great for your heart. There's nothing wrong with it. But for a lot of women, especially if you're dealing with perimenopause, menopause, stress, it's creating more stress. It's creating more cortisol. And so that is going to lead to more inflammation, number one. And number two, it's going to lead to your body storing calories as fat, holding on to the calories. And we're not doing enough strength training. So when I get women to go to the gym or get women to get some exercise in, their automatic first thought is walking on the treadmill, running on the treadmill, doing the bicycle, doing the elliptical. And those are great for cardio, but sometimes they're just going to induce more cortisol and they're not actually going to build muscle. Building muscle is one of the most important things that you can do after 40 if you are trying to lose weight, get strong, get more energy, boost your metabolism. These are all really, really important. So we need to do more of that strength training. And then number five mistake is trying to do it all alone. And then we beat ourselves up when it's not successful. We're over and over and over trying to um, do the restrictive diets, do the exercise, put everything into place without any support. And that's not going to work. It's going to fall apart without the support of a community or a guide, somebody that knows how to provide that motivation and accountability for you. Okay, so one of the reasons why diets fail, and I kind of alluded to this already, is that they are designed for short-term results only. So sure, you could go on some kind of a very restricted like keto or low-calorie diet, but you're only going to get results for that time, during that time. And then it's going to all go away. Any results that you got is going to go away. And we know this because, right, we've gone on diets and then it's come back over and over. And they're not designed for long term. They're not designed to be sustainable. We can't give up all of our favorite foods forever. We can't track everything in MyFitnessPal forever. We can't only eat 1,000 or 1,200 calories forever. We're not getting enough nutrients that way. Also, diets don't teach you to work with changing hormones. So as you go through perimenopause and menopause, our hormones are fluctuating. And even after that, we have so many hormones that we don't even really talk about a whole lot, but there's hormones that affect your hunger and your fullness levels. There's hormones that affect your thyroid. There's hormones that affect your stress. All of these hormones, not just the sex hormones that we talk about during perimenopause, all of these hormones are fluctuating, are changing, and they need to be supported. And the other thing is that diets don't address emotional eating, stress, sleep, inflammation, like I mentioned earlier. So you might be on Weight Watchers, Optavia, keto, all of those types of diets. They're not going to, when you're done with that diet, then you still haven't addressed the fact that we eat when we're stressed, or we eat when we're bored, or we have certain cravings during certain emotions, or when we're stressed and we tend to, maybe gravitate towards chips or gravitate towards ice cream when we're stressed. And they're not fixing your sleep and inflammation. Those two things right there are so huge when it comes to losing weight. If we don't fix your sleep and we don't fix your inflammation, you're not going to have success. And those other diets are not helping you with these things. And so after going on that diet and coming off of it, your metabolism is now changed. Your hormones have shifted. Your habits have not been learned. And so you're actually you're doing yourself a disservice. You're not actually moving forward. You're not actually going to have long-term success by doing these short-term diets. I've been asked many times, both from clients or just women I'm talking to and other practitioners who have said to me, well, why don't you just get people to lose weight really fast, like a quick low-calorie diet, and then have them sustain that, then teach them afterwards how to keep the weight off for a long time. That does not work because during that time that you are restricting, you are not supporting your hormones and you're not supporting your metabolism, so that when you're done with that diet, now your body is different. You now have a different, your hormones are now not in the same balance. Your metabolism is slower. You haven't learned the habits So you're actually setting yourself up for a more difficult time afterwards. And some of those things are irreparable. Okay, so 5 simple steps to actually doing the right thing and to actually get results. Number one, eat enough of the right foods. So, what I mean by that is eating enough of the protein. So, we want to start our day with protein, not a high carb diet like oats, overnight oats, and avocado toast are very popular. However, they are not going to give you enough protein. So, we want to start off with protein. We want to get enough protein during the day. We want to get enough healthy fats during the day. We want to get enough vegetables during the day. So these are all the foods that we need to think about in order to support our hormones, support our blood sugar, support our energy, support our mood. These are all required. The next simple step is to keep your blood sugar stable. So the way we're going to do this is by supporting your sleep. We are also going to be supporting stress because lack of sleep can make your body uh, less sensitive to insulin. And so your blood sugar ends up being higher. It can have bigger fluctuations when your sleep is not supported. Um, Another thing that we would do in order to keep your blood sugar stable is by getting enough protein and healthy fats and veggies. These are all things that are going to stabilize your blood sugar. And we would be supporting stress. So stress is going to produce cortisol, and that can increase your blood sugar. So we need to be doing all of these things at the same time. Number 3 is to reduce your body's inflammation. Inflammation is going to prevent weight loss. It's also going to cause more blood sugar problems and more cholesterol problems. So we need to get inflammation down. The way we're going to do that is by supporting your sleep and stress. And we're also going to be supporting the foods that you eat by eating more whole foods and less processed foods, less of the inflammatory oils. So those are all keys there. And number 4, we already mentioned it. Fix your sleep, stress, and movement. So we already mentioned sleep and stress, but the movement part we haven't mentioned yet. And so the movement, we're going to be incorporating more muscle building activities and maybe balancing out the cardio. Because, right, cardio is important for us. But if we overdo it, then we're using up time that we could be doing strength training. And we maybe even be producing a cortisol response, which we don't want. So we want to be building muscle in order to support your body, your hormones, your strength, your energy, your mood. This is all supported with muscle. It also helps with blood sugar regulation. The more muscle you have, the better your blood sugar is regulated. And number 5 is get help and stay consistent. So it's very difficult to do this on your own. It's so many things, and it's very hard to stay consistent without somebody there as a guide and somebody there to provide that, to provide the accountability, right? It is very hard to be accountable. Okay. Now, I have a little checklist for you. And if you want this checklist, whoever is watching this, you can put in the comments that you would like the checklist. So just let's see. I will have a link in the description of this video so that you can join the community, and that is part of, you will find this document. I'm going to put it in the community. So you can have this document and you can actually go through, I love this, and you can use this document and click off all the things each day that you are doing. This is the checklist that is going to help you succeed. The first thing, plan meals that have protein, healthy fats, and veggies in them. Number 2, include those inflammatory foods like the turmeric, the garlic, the leafy greens. Those types of foods are going to help reduce inflammation. Number 3 is to get 10 minutes of strength training a day. I know that doesn't sound like a lot. And many times I have been told by people, well, I can't get it in because I don't have an hour to work out. Yeah, neither do I. We don't need an hour to work out. You would be surprised how much muscle you can build and strength you can create with 10 minutes a day of maybe a strength training workout that I get most of mine 10-minute workouts free on YouTube. So it doesn't have to be big. It can even be things that you just make up throughout the day. It doesn't have to be 10 minutes at once. Things like squats, push-ups, or counter push-ups or stair push-ups. Or even, you don't even have to use weights, but you can do bicep curls or um, lunges. These are the types of things that are going to build muscle. Okay, number 4 is sleep is your number one priority. Go to bed on time, devices off 1 hour before. If you do that every day, you're going to see a huge difference. And number 5 is use breathing and meditation to manage stress. So if you do these 5 things every day, oh my goodness, you're going to be amazed at how much progress you can make. All right, so if you want this checklist, join the community. The link is in the description below the video. Now, I want to make sure that nobody's sitting there saying, oh, this isn't going to work for me, or who is this really even going to help? I want to share with you a real life example, and that is Brittany's story. She was overweight most of her life. She tried many, many diets. And then when she turned 40, that's the magic age, right? She started to get the achy joints, feeling exhausted. Her belly fat started to get worse. And it was devastating to her. She was coming home from work exhausted, not able to do anything with her time after work. When we worked together and implemented that checklist and all the things that she needed to do in order to reduce inflammation, build muscle, get the correct nutrients in, take care of stress, she was able to lose 22 pounds, and that was within 12 weeks. She had less pain, more energy, and she felt much more confident in the lifestyle that we created together. We were balancing her meals, we lowered inflammation, we helped manage her stress, and we got short strength training workouts incorporated. Okay, so for those that are listening, I currently have 3 spots open to work with me one-on-one, and that is to lose weight without dieting or counting calories. So if you're exhausted from trying diet after diet, getting nowhere, I know I can help you. There's a link in the description below this video, and it's going to have a calendar to book a 15-minute call. And then we will figure out what's been blocking you, and we're going to create a personalized plan that you can actually implement. Okay, so I'm so excited to speak with anybody that wants to book that call. I have 3 spots open. So ladies, remember, your body is not broken. You just need the right plan and the right support. And I can help you with that. You've got this. All right, ladies. Let me